Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the Coin Shop Podcast. We have a special edition today. We wanted to check in with Mr. John Albanese from CACG to check in to see how progress is going and just get a vibe on what's going on over in Virginia Beach right now. Which actually, I don't think you're in Virginia Beach, are you?
No, I'm in New Jersey still. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've been a part of two of the biggest grading services, obviously. How is this launch different? Or what are some of the, this was 30 years ago, 35 years ago that you helped do launch these grading services. What's different now?
Well, it's a lot different. I mean, I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone because now it's basically we're building it and they will come. They better come because we really built. We buy this huge building. I mean, we have of non-graders, 25 employees already being trained. Back in the old days, you started like in your basement, not essentially, but you started small, and as you get busy, you start growing and growing.
Of course.
I mean, we have first-class software right from the get-go, rather than waiting till later. And we spent a good year and a half and a fortune developing our holder. It's much more complex than any other holder I've seen in terms of development. It's like architectural drawings, like mini drawings, and there's a lot going on. I mean, it's so much more involved, and the fact of the whole photography angle is something new to me.
Right.
So I would say what's new to me is photography angle. The registry is new. We're still building that at the moment as we speak. But in essence, it's really just the size of it. We're building it, we're building it to handle a pretty good capacity. Whereas in the olden days, we built it thinking we would get 10,000 coins a month at the most.
Right. Yeah. The slab is, if I can talk about it a little bit, just from what I've seen, it is. I love it. I feel like it's got so many great components. It looks like the real deal. It's got like a real nice look. Again, I think we talked about like the chipped holders. I mean, how annoying is the chipped holders? Right. I feel like with what you guys have done should eliminate the majority of that unless you just throw it on the ground or something.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're being told. Like I said, you never know till it gets out there, but the way we've engineered the holder so it won't chip. What the takeaway from there is that we had to beef up the edge a little bit, which unfortunately we broke our promise that it would fit in a PCGS box. It just won't. You have to lay them down. Yeah. It just it was either that or get them to fit in the box and have them chip or not chip. And I think chipped holders, especially today, with what it costs with postage and everything else, is so annoying. I'm sure you get in your office, you buy 10 Morgan dollars for $200 a piece, and 2 of them are chipped. There goes your profit on the whole deal.
Right.
Holders, right? So.
And you're running the risk of losing them in the mail because it's dangerous these days.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
it can be. Yeah.
It can be, right. I mean, it's not obviously. So if you are a member of CAC, does that automatically make you a member of CACG?
Yes, correct. It does.
Okay, cool.
Same membership number. Nothing will change there. Same annoying waiting list. Yeah.
When will CACG be available for customers to start sending in submissions?
Well, we're beginning our soft launch. We hope sometime next week we're actually grading the first coin. Those will be the top 20 for the essay contest.
Okay.
Later on this week we should be encapsulating samples. So we hoped. It really depends on how the launch goes. The soft launch. We hope by July 15th we're going to be ready to go. Right now we're working out the bugs, and we don't mind working out the bugs and dropping things and breaking things when it's the shareholders, because they understand,
Of course.
But we want to make sure that we're ready for our members. We have our best foot forward. It's going to take a while, and it's a big process.
Do you expect to open up any membership for new members from CAC and CACG?
Well, we do, but as we spoke before, we're going to have the soft launch, and then hopefully by July 15th, the members. And at that point, we'll see how our turnaround time is. When our turnaround time is what I would consider satisfactory to our members, then we have excess capacity. We'll certainly start letting in, working off the waiting list. Although it doesn't make sense to do that until the membership is pleased. We don't. If we have a 3 or 4 month turnaround time, 3 or 4 months from now, I think by allowing new members in, just sort of rub salt in the wound, right, for the existing members. So it's really, as I say, it's really data dependent. We just don't know when. We hope to. We have quite a few, we have hundreds of on our wait list. I don't know how many, but it's pages. And I feel bad about it, but I think it'd be a mistake by letting in new members while the members we've had for 10 or 15 years are waiting 4 months for their coins, right?
I think that speaks to really more of the brand too, and why I think people are gravitating and so excited about this launch of this program, because I don't feel like, and I don't feel like that would be a lot of people's angle. I think it would be, yeah, sure, let's go. Let's try to, the more the merrier, and let's just try to get this thing, kind of like a PSA job was not too long ago, where they were 6 to 9 months out, and then they just stopped taking submissions altogether. They had to literally shut down.
Yeah.
You don't want to run into that. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying, in my opinion, that's not something that I feel like we would want to run into necessarily.
Well, yeah, really, we really have two bad options. We have one bad option is to refuse new members and turn away business. That's a bad option. But worse than that is saying, okay, bring them on, and then we go out there and just hire new graders that may not be up to par just to get the product out, and that's not acceptable either. That's another option. But we're going with the least worst option, which is to stay within our bounds and to make sure the product is where we want it to be. Because anytime you expand too quickly, it's not like we're making ball bearings here or widgets. It's not a scalable business. It takes a lot of expertise, and there's no way you can rush that and maintain quality. So
I agree.
It's obviously more profitable to open it up, but I think in the long run it would hurt you.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah, and will there be any star designation? I know you said there's plus, but is there star designation?
We don't. That might be trademarked. I'm not sure, but no, we're not going to use a star.
Okay.
One question about the plus. So I read somewhere where there were going to be, maybe not all coins would cross over to a plus. Is that kind of like, in short, that's what that email was, or that's what I read somewhere?
Yeah, and essentially, we've said from 2010, NGC and PGS issued a joint press release about the plus. And at the time, we stated very clearly that we were not going to recognize it. If the coin was solid for the grade, what we call A or a B, we would sticker it. And so therefore, if you have a coin out there that has a plus on it, we may not think it's a plus. We might think it's a really nice coin, but not a plus. It would really be inconsistent somewhat. It wouldn't be sensical if we said, oh yeah, sure, we'll cross as a plus. We never considered it as a plus. Right. How can we possibly do that blindly? So it has to be sent back in again. We call it a grading event. It's a new grading event. But on the other hand, I believe a lot of our coins, especially our gold coins and our saints, are pretty much tougher than what's on the market. And I do believe a lot of the coins that are not pluses will plus. I mean, I don't think I've ever. I think it seems to me, you guys would know the numbers. You could ask other guys like Sets who do it, but I bet you 18 out of 20 of the MS66 saints out there that we sticker, or 65 saints, wind up being pluses. I think many of them are, but even though they don't say a plus on the holder. So it will work both ways. Some of your coins will plus that don't have a plus, and others that have a plus won't plus. But you have the ability as a submitter on your form, if you have a coin that's a 66 plus and you want to cross over as a plus only, you can write on submission form that you will cross it over as a plus only, and we'll abide.
Cool.
So you'll have the option as a submitter.
Cool. Yeah, I think that was my only question from that. And then I think a little bit too about, bulk. I mean, obviously I think there's going to be people who are going to want to get into bulk programs pretty quickly. It sounds simple to start with Morgan silver dollars and peace dollars. Is that something on the horizon? Is that something that starts early, or is that something maybe down the road in a couple months?
Horizon, the next 30 days, our software, we're working through the software right now.
Okay.
It's actually a little bit of a challenge, but we are going to do it. We're not going to do it for things like, for example, we're only recognizing on Jefferson Nichols 6 full steps right now.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you guys have done this, but I mean, I have here a 5 power glass and I have a 10 power glass, and these don't work for 6 full steps. You literally need a microscope. And, someone sends in a bag of 1964 D nickels and wants 6 full steps, for bulk, like we're not doing it, right? So, put every coin around a microscope, right?
Right.
So we're going to do certain coins, but we're not going to do all coins. We're going to start with the easy stuff.
All right, one left field question, and then I'm done. FBLs, how are those going to be handled? 6 lines or 3 lines?
The bottom 3.
The bottom 3.
But as well as, though, keep in mind too, anything that obstructs those 3 lines in terms of large bag marks or gashes, those will not make it.
Okay. And same with FBLs. I mean, I'm saying with FBs and
Yes.
FTs. Okay.
Yeah. And 5 months we'll be grading 2024 coins or 6 months, whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, John, I know you're busy and I know you got to get back to work. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Take care.